how the workshop's going to be lined up. So it will be like, first we will be going through a few slides to understand what is AR VR, what today we are going to learn, and then we will move towards the hands-on part. Then if you have any questions, then at the end of the session you can ask, or anytime you can ping us. So feel free to ask your questions, don't keep any doubts. So thank you, Rashmi, for the wonderful introduction, and I will just share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yep,
Yes,
it is.
it's visible.
Great. So really sorry for the inconvenience. Let's start. So first of all, I would like to welcome you all to this Spark Air workshop, and we will be going from scratch. Like we will learn what actually Spark Air is. Before that, we will learn what is augmented reality and what is virtual reality. So before moving to that, I will just quickly introduce myself. I am Runang Pawar and I am currently a junior student at SKN Pune. I was Spark Air campus ambassador for 3 months. I am founder and lead at Hack Club TechBrewers. Also, I am Google Crowdsource influencer from India. I am Azure developer community organizer at Pune. And besides all these, my hobbies are to play taekwondo and do sketching in my free time. So you can see my socials on the left hand side of the screen. Feel free to take screenshots of this session and tag me, SKN-ISB and Hack Club TechBrewers. So make sure that you take the screenshots and post it on socials. So let's move to the main part. What is augmented reality? So augmented reality, that is AR. It is an interactive experience of real world environment where the objects that reside in the real world are enhanced by computer generated perceptual information. This is the specific definition about AR. But what it actually means is, let's take an example that you want to teleport to some other place. So we are going to teleport to some other place today in our hands-on workshop. So let's say you want to go to some other planet. For example, let's say you want to go to Mars, but you can't physically be there in the space, right? But what you can do is you can change the background such that it will be visible that you are in the space, but physically you would be in some room or something, some other place, right? So in this image above, you can see that this is the phone screen, and the dinosaurus is like he's coming outside of the screen. So in AR, it's not physically present there, but you can actually visualize it. So that is basically AR. Nothing is physical, like you can't touch it, but it's visible to our eyes that you can see. Many of us, let's first take some, I want to ask a question. How many of you have previously used any AR filter or effects you say on Instagram? So Snapchat has their filters, Instagram has filters. So how many of you have used them? Put it in the chat box. Also, you might be asking what are we going to get by attending this workshop? You can get that you can publish your own AR filter, that too free of cost. Okay, so you will be publishing your filter from scratch, and anyone in this world can use your AR filter. Great. So a lot of people have used AR filters, and so I think that's the reason many of us are keen to know like what goes behind creating such filters. So today we will create a beginner and intermediate advanced filter as well. So I hope you have got a basic understanding of what actually AR is. So now there arises a question that what is Spark AR, right? Because the name of workshop is Spark AR workshop. So what is Spark AR? Spark AR is a studio tool from Meta, that is Facebook, that allows users to create their own AR filters for mobile phones. Okay, so Spark AR is a tool which we are going to use to create the AR filters, right? And those AR filters will be visible and published on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, because Facebook and Instagram comes under Meta, and that's the reason when you publish any AR effect, you have the rights that you can publish it only to specific platform, either for Facebook or either for Instagram, but most preferably we do it for both. So because the purpose behind creating AR effects is that everyone should use it, right? And that's the reason we publish it on both the platforms. So for creating a AR effect, we will be using three tools. One is Spark Air Studio. So Spark Air Studio is the main tool or product that we are going to use to create the filter. Okay, the one that some of you might have downloaded. The link was provided to you in the mail or message. Okay, Spark Air Player is something where you will be able to try out your filters. Okay, so the Spark Air Player is not, we cannot say it's compulsory for you to download. We can try it out in some other ways as well, which I will be showing you when we move to the hands-on part. So Spark Air Player is available on iOS devices and Android devices. Also, you can install those on Windows and Mac OS devices. And the last is Spark Air Hub. So I will just quickly show you how Spark Air Hub looks. Uh, so I hope Spark Air Hub is visible for everyone. Cool. In Spark Air Hub, basically, as you can see, these are the insights. Okay, so you are able to see the insights impressions, how many opens were there for your overall effects, how many captures, then how many people used it in some reels or something, or how many people have shared it, how many people have saved the photos or videos they have captured from your effects. Okay, you can see all your effects that you have created here. There is a list, then are those visible or not, what was the review status, then impressions, opens, captures, shares, and all those things. You can see which platforms are enabled for it. So Spark Air Hub basically is a what we can say, it's used to show you the insights so you can better understand who's your audience and all that. Okay, so these are the three tools that we are basically going to use. Out of those, we need Spark Air Studio and Spark Air Hub the most. So now you might say, okay, today we will learn about AR, but what is the future? Why should we learn AR? Okay, so all of you might be aware of metaverse because it is one of the most emerging technical world, we can say, which is coming a lot in news and articles as well. So Facebook has changed its name to Meta because of this word metaverse. Google and Microsoft, the big tech giant companies, are moving towards metaverse. So that's the best example we can think of when we say regarding future of AR. AR is not just limited to filters. It can be used for like through the filters also we can do it for commercial marketing purposes. If you create an AR filter of a product, then a lot of people would use that filter and post it on stories, create reels using it, and it can be used as a marketing tool as well. So this is the future of AR. These are some of the filters that have been created by me. One is for Corona Warriors and one is for Diwali. I can show you this. So here today we are going to create this kind of filter, not similar but kind of that. And this one is a simple filter. Okay, so it's hands-on time right now. So I will stop sharing my, okay, I will just start my Spark Air Studio. If anyone's going to follow along with me, then you can start your Spark AI Studio as well. Just let me know where the Spark AI screen is visible now. Yeah, I think it's visible, but still.
Yes, it's visible, Mrinal.
When you install Spark AI Studio and haven't used it even once, then you will be able to see here some login page. Okay, you need to log in using your Facebook account, as Spark AI is a product of Facebook, so they need Facebook account for that purpose. So once you sign into your Facebook account, you will be able to see this screen. Okay, so you can use templates as well, but as this is a workshop where you need to know the basics as well as how to create a AR effect from scratch, right? So that's the reason we are going to use blank project here. So on in create new, we will click on blank project, and let me make it full screen. So okay. So this is the demo videos they provide. Facebook provides. You can switch on your as well, your camera as well, or there are some few more demo videos. Okay, so this is basically kind of, we can say, ID. Okay, those who are from the programming background, you might have used VS Code, IntelliJ IDEA, PyCharm, and all those things, right? So this is kind of PyCharm for creating, or VS Code for creating air filters. So you can see a lot of things on the screen. So I will just quickly introduce you to all of those things first, and then we will move to the actual creating part. So in this right side, the most used tools are the video, okay, for choosing the demo video. Okay, so the second one is pause and play button. When you need to use it is when you are trying to align some asset on the image. Okay, cool. I switched my camera here. When you are trying to use some asset and you are trying to align it above your head. So when you are moving your face, you can't actually align it properly, right? And that's the place where you need to use this button. For example, if I pause it now, even though I am speaking or I am moving my head, it's not gonna move, and I can place the asset perfectly here. Okay, so that's the reason for this play and pause button. Then this is restart. For example, if you have some animation applied to your effect, then when you restart, then the animation appears once again from the start. Okay, then this is test on device. So when you are creating an effect, it's not like you create it and you immediately publish it. You need to try it on your device first, whether it's working fine or not. You can send the links to Instagram and Facebook, and then from there you can just check it out whether it's working fine or not. If it's not, then you can make the required changes once, and then again try it. Okay, so once you are you are happy with what you have created, then you can put that effect for publishing. Then the last is publish, where we are going to get redirected to Spark Air Hub, and there we will be filling out all the details of our effect, and then we are going to publish it. This is the scene panel, where you will be adding objects, various objects are there, like face tracker is there, plane tracker, rectangle, canvas. We will go through all of those soon. This is the assets panel. In the assets, so basically assets are the images or animation that you are going to use while creating your AR effect, right? So we will be using two assets today. uh, I will show you at the latter. So this is the viewport. Okay, this is where you can see. So you can see a small rectangle here. Okay, so this rectangle is the mobile screen. Okay, and this is the camera, the small rectangle. This is how you will be able to see your effect on your mobile device. You can change the device sizes here. These are the iOS devices. You can check how your effect looks on iPad. Android devices are there, so you can switch it as per your wish, and you can also make it small and big. Good. On this right side, this is the most important thing, properties panel and transformations. So when you apply some kind of object, then you need to transform it a little bit, because it's not like you have applied like you have used that object and it's perfectly fine for all the conditions. Right, so for that purpose you need to transform it a little bit, like scale it or change its position. You need to rotate it sometimes. So all things you can do in the transformations. Cool, so now we can start for our for creating our effect. Till this point, do you have any doubts? Put it in the chat box, or else just acknowledge that we can move ahead. Great. Cool. Now we will be creating an air effect. So what about your just Rashmi, should we send that trying link now or later?
I think go through the steps of the making process and then later we'll share so everybody can try it.
Cool.
Great.
What we are going to do is, first thing, we are going to change the background. Okay, now you can see there's orangish or yellowish wall behind me. Okay, so we are going to change that background first, and then the second thing is we are going to place one plane above my head, which will move according to my face. Like if I look towards left, then it will also move towards left. If I move my face towards right, it will also move towards right. Cool. So
Mrunak, we have, sorry to interrupt you, we have one doubt in chat box. Yes.
no, Rohit, actually it's only for I'm not sure, but I think it's not for Ubuntu. You need Windows or Mac OS for that. Cool. First of all, as I said, we are going to change the background. So for that, we need to do segmentation. Okay. So what does segmentation mean is the camera or the spark here will segment the person from the background. Okay. So it will basically treat background and the person differently. So for that, we need to uh, extract one texture, which we can do by clicking on camera. Okay, you can click on camera, and now in this right side under transformations, you can see segmentation here. In front of segmentation, there is a small plus sign. Click on that. You can see three options there. One is person, one is hair, and one is skin. Okay, so person segmentation basically means it will completely segment the entire person from the background. Okay, the hair segmentation means it will just segment the hairs, and it will the second part will contain all the body and the background completely into one, and hair into one. And in skin, only skin is visible and the complete background is segmented. Okay, so we will be using person segmentation. You just have to click on person segmentation. Okay, I will show you once again. Click on camera. Now in the assets you can see there's nothing, right? When we go to segmentation and click on person, you can see the change in the assets panel. So now here we have one texture added, that is segmentation mask texture 0. So that basically means the person segmentation that we have extracted from the camera, right? So that was the first step. Now we will add one rectangle. So as I mentioned, objects contain face tracker, plane tracker. There are various objects like rectangle is there, plane is there. Then I will just show you canvas is there. So these are all the objects that SparkApp provides. For today we need rectangle. Okay, so which is a 2D object. So when you click on rectangle and click on insert, it will by default take canvas as well. Okay, so now you can see it's under canvas rectangle 0. Okay, and you can resize it from here. Either you can resize it from here, but for creating this effect we need to put it for the complete size. So what we will do is, in the width click on this 100, and you will get a drop down of fill width. So click on fill width. In height, same procedure, click on 100 and fill height. If you want to change it to some proper value, or you don't want to it for complete screen, then you can change it as well, like according to your expectations. Okay, so you can change these values as per your need. So today we need full width and full height. So you can see here it has covered the complete screen, and now you can see just a checkerboard on my screen, right?
Mrunal, there is one doubt. How to bring rectangle? Please repeat.
Yeah, sure. So click on add object. Once you click on add object, either you can type rectangle here and click on insert, or it's visible in 2D objects. Below 2D objects, the second option is rectangle. Is it, did you get it? Cool. So now we have the rectangle, and now here comes the important step. So we will click on rectangle, and in the right side you can see these options: width, height, position. So position is fine for us, we want the complete screen to be covered. Now there is transformation, that is scaling and rotation, we don't want to touch them. And this is the materials. So what is material? So I always give this kind of analogy for when explaining material. So just imagine that this is a brick wall. Okay, so how it works is, imagine that this checkerboard is a brick wall, okay, in your house. And we are the our aim is to beautify this brick wall. Okay, so we can't directly add some texture or paint to our brick wall, right? We apply some material to it, and above that material we apply some texture or paint. Okay, so this is the brick wall, that is our object. Okay, now we need to add a material. So on in materials you have a small plus sign here, click on that, and it will by default add a new material for you. Now you can see this gray color, and in the assets panel you can see material 0 here below the materials folder, right? So click on material now. The difference between scale and changing width and height. Okay, so scale basically, just let me go to that position. So when it's like what you can say is scaling basically takes it into 3D part. Okay, like you can see in rotation, it has given z axis and per axis, right? Whereas width and height is only limited to 2D part, right? And it is rectangle, so it's a 2D object, and that's the reason we are not going to use transformations for it. In the latter part of this workshop, we will be adding plane, which is a 3D object, and at that time we will be changing the scaling of that plane. I hope it cleared your doubt, Anu. Great. So now we have one material, that is material 0, and you can see it's gray color. Now we will change it to white with the help of shader type. Okay, so shader type is standard, and when we click on flat, it will get white. The reason it got white is when actually when the shader type is standard, there are different kind of lightings here. Okay, so you can see ambient light and directional light here. So ambient light and directional light make that screen gray. So when you make it flat, it's like I don't care about the lights, I just want the original color of that asset or of that material. Okay, so that's the reason when we make it to flat, it just ignores all the lights and it shows its original color. You can see the color here. If I change it to any color, it shows that particular color. Okay, uh, for example, if we take this kind of shade and change it to standard, it will just appear a little dark. Can you see the difference? Like it appears to be a little darker, and here it appears to be a bit brighter. Let me change it to white again. Okay, so now we need to apply the segmentation mask texture, that is the person segmentation, to this. So for that you need to tick on alpha. There is a small checkbox in front of alpha. So we will first enable it by clicking this checkbox. Once you click on alpha, you will be able to access the other drop down options under the alpha. Just let me know, do you have any doubts till this point? So now we can see that we have enabled the alpha, and if you are able to see these options, that is invert and texture, then you are good to go till now. Now there in the texture panel, in the texture property, you have two options. One is choose file and one is drop down. So we will click on drop down, this small arrow, and click on segmentation mask texture. So if you remember, segmentation mask texture is the one that we extracted from camera and selected the person segmentation. Okay, so as soon as we click on it, you can see white color is applied on the person and the background is clearly visible. But what I mentioned earlier was like we wanted the invert case, right? We wanted to segment the background and keep the person clearly visible, right? And that's the reason, that's where we will click on the invert checkbox. As soon as you click on invert, so because of the laptop camera, it's not going to clearly segment me, but it's clearly visible on the mobile devices. Okay, so as soon as you click on invert, you will be able to see the background is segmented from the person. Were you all able to do this? Those who are following along, others can for sure like uh, check out the video later, and if you have any doubts, you can feel free to ping us. Let me know how many of you are good till now.
We also have raise of hands by a couple of people, so I think they
Great.
are good to go.
So let's move forward. Now, if I want to change the background color, you can change it with the help of this slider. Okay. If you want to keep any kind of color, you can choose with the help of this. Okay, but we want to add some image to that background, right? Now, just let me know how many of you miss Sinagars College campus in the chat box. Please put it. Yeah, you should be providing one sample video. We will be providing you the link where you can try out the filter, the similar filter that we are going to create today. Put it in the chat box how many of you miss Sinagar campus. Because Sinagar's campus is like really awesome and a lot of us miss the campus due to this COVID situation. We cannot visit, and even though if we visit, we don't have all of our friends there. Cool. Aarti, actually, I had told to you last time as well, like it's actually the software problem, hardware problem of your laptop. So I think your PC doesn't meet the requirements for Spark AI, and that's the reason the error is coming. Great. So a lot of people are missing our campus. So we will teleport to our campus today. Okay, so the image that I got is not too good, but still, in the texture now, as we have seen that when we change the color is getting appeared to the background. So now we will add some image. So image basically is a texture. Like I hope you still have in the mind the analogy that I gave. There is a brick wall. Above that we applied material, and on that material we want to apply some paint or texture. Okay, so this is where we will be applying the texture for our wall that has a material applied to it. So I will choose file here, and I have this image. I will click on open. Okay, first of all, just go to this image and you can see something is going on there. There it's compression. Okay, so first of all, just make sure that you switch off these all the compressions for iOS, Android and older Android to none. It's by default getting automatic, but we don't need to compress them. And now you can see that we are in the Srinagar College campus. That is SKN old building is there behind me. You can see this is the image that we have used. So this is how you can change the background. Okay, so you can teleport to any place that you like or you always wanted to go. Like if you wanted to visit London Bridge, then you can just put the London Bridge image behind and you are ready to go. Cool. So this was how we just segmented our background. Anyone has any doubts till this point, or if anyone has any doubts in adding the texture or anything else, just put it in the chat box. No, what you can do is, Anup, once you import the image, then because it differs along with the different devices, right? Like in this image, you can see some of the part might get cropped. Okay, so it aligns perfectly with your dimensions of the camera, or else you can change it with the help of the this rectangle properties like width and height. Okay, I will show you how to change the properties as well when we move to the next part of the session, that is when we will apply the plane to our filter. You will Yes, you can manually align it, but don't try to do something that will, because what happens when we try to manually align all the things, it becomes at some point it becomes messy, and due to that there comes one capability which does not fit to some devices, and there are the chances that SparkAR might reject your filter because it's not capable to fit on all the devices, right? But you can manually align it, you can just change you can see behind, you can change it along as you wish. Like if the image is too short, then you can just make the required changes. Yeah, I think it's visible. Cool. So now if no one has any doubts, then we will move to the next part of adding a plane above our head with the help of face tracker. Okay, so now we will need face tracker which will track my face. If you can see, I will just zoom this in a little bit. There's no, even though I move my face, there is no axis here. Now we will click on add object, and the first option itself is face tracker. If it's not, then just type in face tracker here and click on insert. As soon as you click on insert, the face tracker is seen in this scene panel, and you can see there are three axes, okay, on my face which were not there. You can't see any difference here, but for sure you are able to see it here. As I move my face, these three axes are moving. Cool. So now we need one plane where we are going to use the image. Okay. This time we will go a little different way. Okay. So now what we will do is we will add the asset beforehand. Okay. So click on add asset, click on import, and from computer. So from where do I want to import that image? Okay, so I want to import that image from computer, and asset logos is the image. Open, so it will get added here. Okay, so now again the same procedure. First of all, change all the compression type to none for all the three type of devices. Yeah, uh, cool. So this is the image that we want above our head, right here. So for that we need to add one plane, that is the 3D object. Okay, rectangle is 2D and plane is 3D. So the reason we are using it 3D because when we move it, like it should like have some 3D kind of effect, shadowing and all those things. So we will just click on insert. Now you can see, even though like the plane is there, face tracker is there, but still even though I am moving my face, the plane is placed on the same place. It's not moving around with my face. So what you need to do is just click on this plane, I mean click and select this plane and drop it in face tracker. Okay, when you drop it or hover it along the over the face tracker, you can see a small blue rectangle around face tracker, this one. Okay, just drop it there, and you can see this hierarchy that below the face tracker the plane is there. Okay, and now when I move my face, the plane is also moving along. Till this point, is everyone good to go? Because a lot of people face problem in this aligning plane with the face tracker. Yeah. Siley, can you please repeat, like, what should I explain again? The plane thing or the entire face tracker?
Heidi, I have also allowed you the permission to unmute your mic so you can speak directly if you want.
Okay, I will explain once again from the face tracker thing. You can add the face tracker from add object. Okay, just go to face tracker, click on insert. The face tracker will get applied here. Then for adding the plane, once again go to add object, and in the 3D object the first one is plane. Click on plane. Once again click on insert. Once you have the plane in your scene panel, it's just as a plane and not tracked by our face. So to make the plane tracked by our face, you just have to click this and drag it, click on plane. Okay, click, by clicking I mean just click on your mouse and drag it to face tracker. Okay, once you drag it to face tracker, drop it when you can see the thin rectangle there. Okay, once you drop it, it will create the hierarchy. Okay, like plane is tracked by your face. Is it clear?
Yes, it is clear.
Great. So now the plane is tracked by our face, you can see, but the position is really weird. So I will pause my video now. Okay, with the help of this pause button. And now I will just, here they have given 3 arrows to move in respective X, Y and Z axis. Okay. So by changing the position, either I can change the position here, okay, in this X, Y and Z axis, or I can just drag these arrows. So I want it to be changed in only Y axis. So for now, let's keep it like this and I will play it again. Okay. So as you can see, when I am moving behind, the box or the plane is getting disappeared. Okay, we will sort it out. No worries. Just let me change. Okay. One more thing I forgot to tell you. This thing happens when like it goes behind due to some render options, advanced render options. It uses the depth of the image, right? And in the material 0, the material 0 is this background thing, the person segmentation thing, and for that we need to change the advanced render options here. Click on this drop down menu and untick this use depth test and write to depth. Okay, and now you can see when I move behind, the plane is not getting disappeared, it's still there. It was happening because of the depth. Okay, so that's the reason we uncheck these 2 boxes, use depth test and write to depth. So once again I will explain how we went there. Click on material 0 in the advanced render options, click on this triangle and just uncheck this use depth test and write to depth. And now even though you move behind, until and unless your face is in the scene, it's going to work well. As soon as I hide my face, it will give me an error or it will give me an instruction that find a face. As soon as I show my face, it will appear, the plane will appear. Cool. So now, as I mentioned earlier, this is the brick wall. We need to apply some material. Click on this plus sign. Now we don't want to use this material 0. Last time we didn't have any material and that's why it by default created a new material for us. This time we need to create a new material. So click on create new material And now here I will change this to BG and this to logos. Okay, I just renamed it. Either you can right click on it and click on rename, or just double click on it and you can rename it logos material and this as BG material. Okay. Mm. It's not compulsory to rename it like that only. Okay, you can name it anything that you wish to. Okay, now logos, we have added the material, but again the same thing. Now here you can see the lighting difference. Okay, when I move my face, the light is here. You can see this, you can see this is the directional light. Okay, that's the reason when I move my face in this direction, the light is appearing, or the material, the plane is looking white, but when I move like this, it's appearing a little gray or dark color. Okay, and that's the reason we need to change the material type or the shader type to flat. Now in any direction I move my face, it's going to appear white. So now we have this asset logos image as well. We have the material which is applied to this logos plane, and now go to this logos material and add the texture. Okay, in this drop down you can choose this asset logo, and now you can see the image has been applied to the plane. Okay, but it's like a bit too narrowed down. We will change it with the help of changing the properties of our plane. Till this point, is anyone having any doubt? Okay, so now we are done with the material. Okay, uh, it's good to like just uncheck these things. Can we add video too in the filter? Yes, Parag, we can add video too, but it's not actually video. We can add animation sequence. Okay, like if you have any GIF or video, just break it down into the sequence of the images. Okay, like any video is a, yeah, but you can't directly import the GIF into the Spark AR, right? You need to create the image sequence or the animation sequence, and then you can add it into the Spark AR. Like in add asset, you can go to animation sequence, and here you can add all those 60 to 40 images, any images that you have. Okay, you can break it into frames with the help of any online tool on net. So in that way, you can't directly add video or GIF to Spark here. So now we will change the properties of this plane. Okay, so someone had asked like, can we, what is the difference between scale, right? So I will just change the y-axis. I think it's fine. Let's change the x value to 2. Let's change it to 3. It goes beyond this. Okay, I think this is fine. Let's change this value to 1.5. You need to like move around these values a little bit. Just keep on trying till you get the desired results. I think 1.8 is fine. It's totally up to you, like if you want to change this. I think 1.8 is quite good. Yeah, this is fine. Now you can see as I move my face, okay, the plane is also moving. When I hide my face, the plane disappears, and when I show my face again, the plane is able to track my face. So this was the filter that we had created today. Anyone has any doubt till this point? Yeah, Naneshwar, you can add your name as well in the filter. You can do that with the help of 2D text. So when you go to add object, click on this. There is a 2D text here. Okay, in 2D objects, the last option, 2D text, insert. Okay, now you can see the text here. Change the text to anything, like I can type my name. Okay, now you can see it's appearing a little weird, so I will change the size of this. Okay, and I can position it anywhere I want. Okay, yeah, I can position it anywhere on the screen where I want it to be. I can change its color as well to white if you want. Okay, like this you can add text. Yeah, so this was how we have created our effect today. We have learned three things. First one is changing the background with the help of person segmentation. The second thing is face tracker and the plane thing, adding plane to the face tracker. The third thing is adding text to your filter. If anyone has any doubts, then you can ask.
Let me know if you wish to speak as well. I will give you the mic permission.
How we can add effect to our face in filter. I didn't get your question actually.
Wait, I'll unmute. I'll give her the permission so she can speak directly and elaborate on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Naneshwar, you can go ahead and unmute your mic and ask what you want to.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
How do we can glow up our face in Snapchat? There are some filters that our face look good. That like that.
Okay, so you mean to say makeup filters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for that, either you can use some templates which are provided to you by Spark AR, or you can do face retouching. So you can add face mesh on your face. Okay, so it's also easy, but it's kind of like not all of people use those filters, right? Because mainly girls try to use those kind of filters and boys can't use. So the purpose of this workshop was to create some filters which anyone can use. So you can just add some face mesh here. Okay, you can add face mesh to your on your face, and then you can add in the properties you will be able to see the face retouching option. Just click on face retouching and you can do that, like you can change the smoothness of your skin and all those things. I hope it answered your question. Anyone else has any doubts, feel free to ask. Great. Also, feel free to give your feedbacks for the session, like did you find it useful or not?
You can put them in the chat box, or guys, you can raise your hands so I can just give you the permission to unmute and you can share.
Also, you can register for Hack Club TechBrewers. So either you can scan this QR code or the link is provided, that is bit.ly/techbrewers. Someone can put it in the chat box as well. Yeah, we will go to publishing as well. Just if anyone has any doubts regarding creating the filter, then we will take those and then we will publish the effect.
Mrinang, there is a doubt right there. See how to do animation on face. So can you address that?
Yeah, for doing the animation on face, firstly you need to apply the face mesh. Okay, so anything that you want to apply on the face, you need face mesh, like on this part. Okay, so on the face part, anything you need to do, you need to apply face mesh, and then again for any animation you need to do you need to take animation sequence. You need to break that GIF into images and then add that animation sequence, and then you can position it on the face. So I think there are no doubts regarding creating the filter till this point. Now I will show you how you can actually publish the filter, and before that we will see how you can test this effect on your device. So click on this test on device option, select the experience, click on add experience. So sharing experience, right? We are creating this filter so that people can click images, videos, and post it on social media for the sharing purpose, right? It's not for video calling. If you want, you can enable it as well. Click on insert. So here you can see Instagram and Facebook. Okay, we will keep it for both the platforms, and click on done. Now here you can see two options. One is Instagram, one is Facebook, and one is preview in Spark Air Player. If you have Spark Air Player downloaded in your mobile phone or on the PCs, then you can just connect it with your laptop, okay, with the help of the cable, and then you can try it out on your device. But if you don't have Spark Air Player, then you can just click on send here, okay, and it will give me a notification on my mobile device, and then I can use it. But if you are creating an effect for some brand or for some company, then you need to provide the link to them as well, right? For so that they can check whether the filter is fine or not. They can suggest you corrections. So you can click on test link and copy this link and send it to them. This is only for 50 users, so you can send this link only to 50 users, and they can try it out and suggest you the changes.
Okay, so we can see great feedback by participants in the chat box. And also there are some doubts like, can we earn money by this once? I mean, by creating filters. Can we earn money, Mrinal?
Depends, like don't do everything for the sake of money. Money is important, but like till this point I haven't earned any money by creating filters for any brands or for the other people. But yeah, you can earn money if you get some, if you have a great portfolio of AR effects. Then if some brand or someone wants the effect to be created by you for their brand, then you can take the order for it. So yeah, you can earn money. uh, which link do you want? Okay, the link will be provided to you for Chaitanya for checking the using the link, using the effect here in the chat box itself. So let's move to how to publish your AR effect. Fine. Click on publish, and before publishing the effect you need a few point, you need to note down a few points, or you need to be ready with 2 to 3 things. One is a small demo video. So the purpose of that demo video is to, if your filter has any capability, like here we have added the face tracker, right? So how one can know, if you click a shoot a photo and upload it on your story, how one can understand whether the plane is tracked by the face tracker or not? Okay, how one can understand, or how one can know how to use this capability? So if you move your face with the, like, showing how to use this effect, then it's useful for other people as well who are going to use your filter, right? They can understand how actually they can use your filter in a better way. If you are developing some game using AR, then how to play that game? Like recently there was a Squid game, right? Like people have to blink their eyes. So for that game, if there was no demo video, how one can understand how to actually play that game? So that's the main purpose behind shooting a demo video. you can shoot it around 4 to 5 seconds just to show that what your filter actually does. That is one thing. The another is you need a logo, small logo where which people can see while if you are scrolling through the effects, there is a small circle. In that small circle, the logo is displayed. So now publish new effect, file size meets requirement, capabilities meet requirements, upload. So when you upload this, when it finish uploading, it will redirect us to Spark AR Hub. Great. So now the file has been exported for us. Okay. So this is the name that you want to give to your effect. So I will just write SKN-ISB TechBrewers. Okay. So this is the name that we want to give for our filter. You can name anything. So all platforms, which platforms you want. If you want only for Instagram, you can just switch this off. If you want only for Facebook, then you can switch off Instagram. And this is how like it shows, this is how, this is where your effect will be seen, like SKN ISB X TechBrewers. This is the name of our filter. In this behind small square, you can see the logo, and in this big rectangle, you can see your demo video. This is for Instagram, I think. This is for Instagram camera. Here logo will be there. Here people can use your filter. This is for Facebook's camera. Yeah. Now, who will be your audience? The public or only the ones who you send the link? Owner, platform, categories. So categories, which category suits your effect, or you have created the effect for which category? As Naneshwari mentioned, if it's for applying some makeup, it will come under appearance. If it's some game, it will come under game. If it's sci-fi and fantasy, camera styles, color and light. So this was for event. What we can else choose is selfies, because it has face tracking, right? So people will mostly click selfies with their friends. So yeah, keywords. So what should be searched in the effects explore section so that your effect comes up? Okay, so we can write anything here, like the keywords that when people search for these keywords, they should be able to view our effect. IEEE, SKN COE, SKN ISB, Hack Club. You can enter up to 20 keywords. Now, if you have already shoot your demo video, you can upload that demo video here by choosing the file. Okay. For the icon, you can either use your video thumbnail or upload an image. The image need to be square. Okay. I think they give it here, right? Minimum 200 by 200 pixel. Also, your image cannot be transparent. It should not have transparent background. If you have collaborated with someone else for this, for creating this effect, you can add them as collaborator here. And publication date is it's not like if you submit it here, it will immediately be eligible and anyone in this world can use it. Facebook or Meta checks out it. Your filter gets reviewed by Meta team, a Spark AR team at Meta. They check whether it's meeting all the requirements, whether the capabilities you have included, or if your text has some slangs or anything else, any harsh words, they will reject your filter. But if it's user friendly and anyone can use it, then it gets approved. The approval time, it says that if it will be reviewed within 5 days, but it usually gets approved within 3 to 4 hours. At the max to max, it takes 7 to 8 hours, but it gets approved within a day. Okay, so Once you click on as soon as possible, you have uploaded the image, you have uploaded the file, the demo video, and you have filled in all these things, you can click on submit. And once you click on submit, then it will get reviewed. And once your filter is approved, you can see it here on the Instagram new. The new section is provided to you, and you can either visit there. You will receive mail as well from Facebook that your effect has been approved, and then you can see the insights of your effects. In the insights section, you can check how your effect is working, are people liking it or not. So this is how you can publish your AR effect. No worries, Siddesh, please don't call me sir. Do you have any doubts? Anyone has any doubts regarding publishing or any other point? Please don't call me sir. I am a student, so please.
Now that you see that, I want to purposely say sir in all
Yeah.
caps. Okay, great. Mrinal, so nobody has any doubts, then you can just post the link of the filter so all of our audience can try it out.
Yeah, sure. I will just stop sharing the screen. Yeah, how to join Hack Club. So we have one form. I will share my screen and show you that form. Link is there, and also we have created a QR code. So is my screen visible?
Yep, it's visible.
So you can scan this QR code. It will redirect you to the form. You can fill out that form and we will add you to the WhatsApp group.
Everyone have posted the filter links as well, and there are social media handles of Hack Club TechBrewers as well here. So you can follow all the socials and even try out the filters on Instagram or Facebook. And I'm also posting the socials of SKN IEEE Student Branch, so make sure to follow them as well. And those who are wondering how to join Hack Club, the link for registration has been posted by Viber. Please check it out.
Also, please make sure that you take screenshots of this session if you have already taken. Make sure that you post it on socials, tag SKN ISB and Hack Club TechBrewers. Social links have been provided to you in the chat box because it will give us a good kind of motivation as well to conduct more such sessions. So yeah, Parag, actually we had submitted the filter yesterday, created it yesterday as well. So you can try it out, and we just wanted to check whether it gets accepted and then you all can try it out. So that was the purpose, because we had over 50 plus participants, so not everyone would get a chance, because the user kind of thing is just limited to 50, so only 50 plus people can check it out. That's the reason we published it yesterday. Great. Thanks, Chaitanya, for trying it out. No, it didn't got approved with. Actually, I didn't publish it now, right? Because I didn't add the demo video and logo for it.
If anybody has any further doubts or anything they would like to ask, they can just raise their hands or put them in the chat box. If not, we can just move on. Please let us know in the chat box. Okay, great. No doubts. Then shall we all turn? All the audience have given you camera permissions. So Runank, Hack Club team, and all the members, all of you can turn on your cameras, perhaps, so we can take a group picture.
Just let me.
Okay, great. Thank you, everyone. It's good to see so many faces.
Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed the session. Feel free to send the feedback. It would be great.
Yeah, definitely. And
So,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, after you are finished talking, just hand over to Gargi. She'll give us the vote of thanks.
Yeah. Shreyank, Hack Club is actually not regarding hacking. It's not regarding anything like related to hacking. So basically, Hack Club is where it's a kind of community where we all come together, learn. We have a lot of workshops scheduled there. So we learn, connect, and build some cool things together. So that's the purpose of Hack Club. Like if we have students from different branches as well, like mechanical, civil, IT, ENTC. So we want to empower them as well and teach basic computer science education to them as well, and that's the purpose of Hack Club Tech Brewers. Yeah, over to you, Gargi. Thank you.
Yes, so now it's time to conclude our workshop. I thank Nurnang for introducing us to Spark AR and guiding us throughout the workshop. We hope you all enjoyed creating this Instagram and Facebook filters, and we hope this workshop broadened your creative horizon and shaped your skills. Now, we would like to thank everyone present here in this meeting and for being responsive throughout the workshop. We are really overwhelmed by your active participation, and we do hope that you keep this enthusiasm with all our incoming activities. And yes, as mentioned in the workshop, you all can publish the filters and make sure to tag us at SKN-ISB at Hack Club Tech Brewers on your Instagram stories as well. And please make sure to follow us. Yes, so thank you everyone. Now I request Hack Club Tech Brewers core team members and SKN-ISB core team members to stay in the meeting. Rest all, you may leave the meeting now.
Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you all.